Hey, I'm Stanton Moore, and I'm the drummer with Galactic, among many other projects, and I'm here visiting Offbeat Magazine headquarters. The place where I hope that I am when I pass away, and the place that I want to spend my entire life. I don't want to be anywhere else. I was drawn to the drums when I was 3 years old, younger. I mean, my mom started bringing me to Mardi Gras parades when I was 8 months old. So I was just driven to the drums, pulled in by the drums as early as I can remember, and just always wanted to play the drums. And it's become my life, my livelihood, and I still love it more than anything. Johnny Vidakovich. He really put his arm around me and took me under his wing. You know, he would always tell me, "Man, you sound good," and I knew I didn't. Zigaboo Modaliste has been incredibly generous to me. Even Russell Batiste, you know, I mean, Russell Batiste let me follow him around when I was just a kid. He would invite me to his rehearsals and let me sit in on his rehearsals and then let me fill in for him way before I was ready. You know, I got to fill in and play with George Porter Jr. way before I was ready to do it because Russell vouched for me. My day job, you know, my anchor, really. And then with that, I can go off and do all these other things. You know, I get to play jazz. I get to play heavier rock stuff. I'm playing with Les Claypool during Jazz Fest. So I get to play all this heavier stuff, all this more jazz-leaning stuff with brushes and things. So I've always felt like if I anchored myself in funk and in Galactic, then I could go out and reach and do all these other things with that as my foundation. He was a huge mentor to us, you know, and he took a risk coming on the road with us. And he was just about our age that we all are right now when he got in my parents' 1978 Ford Econoline van and started touring the country with us. We learned so much from him because he was there on round one of all of this music that made so much of an impact on us. All the Meters stuff, Neville Brothers stuff, Dr. John, Professor Longhair. He was there, Alan Toussaint. He was there when a lot of those great records were coming out and great gigs were being played. It was like we got to ask him all these questions and hear all these stories. And it was like a traveling university, and he was our tenured professor. And I can never repay him for that. Next year will be our 25th Jazz Fest in a row. Jazz Fest was such an institution when we started, and it still is an institution. It's our New Orleans musicians' Super Bowl, you know? I mean, it's our biggest time of the year, so. My musical best friend and archnemesis. Because we have been playing together for probably longer and have probably played more gigs than anybody else that I'm still playing with. Sometimes, you know, he'll say things to me like, you know, "Hey man, why don't you try this?" Or man, you know, he won't agree with my vision of something. And then at first I'll be like, "Man, you know, what are you talking about? You know, you don't know what you're talking about." And then I'll try it his way, and then it'll make me think of things in a different way, and it'll make me come up with ideas. We look at it not like, hey, we bought Tipitinas, or hey, we were looking to buy a bar, or we were looking to buy a music venue. We realized that we had the opportunity to be the stewards of and the caretakers of our favorite place in the world. You start spending all that time there and eventually work your way up from a patron to, you know, we would love to play here one day, till you start opening up. I think the first band we opened up for was Cowboy Mouth. And then we go from that to eventually getting a headlining gig, and then eventually we become, you know, what the staff hopefully lovingly referred to us as the Tipitina's house band.